Hi, welcome back. It's Chief Wynn with the Pittsfield Police Department again, and I thought I would take time to record another story time with the Pittsfield Police Department. We've only been at this for a few days, and I've had some amazing responses. I had a couple friends from the community request some poems, which we recorded last night. And then today, while I was at work, I was contacted by another local author who asked if I would read their books. And I wasn't familiar with them, but they made arrangements. We kept practicing our social distancing, and they had books delivered to me. So after work today, I found for myself Finding Brooklyn and The Universe is Rooting for You. And I thought tonight we would read both of these. I'm going to read them one at a time. And so for this recording, this will be Finding Brooklyn and The Next Great Superhero. This book is written and art directed by author Dan Sadlowski, illustrated by Allison Pierce, digital editing and mastering by Emily Sadlowski, and text editing by Marlo Garnsworthy. And it is dedicated to Lola, Bean, Lily, Moose, and Brooklyn, with special thanks to Mom, Dad, Kel, M, Allison, and Marlo. So let's get started. Here we go with Finding Brooklyn and the Next Great Superhero. Once upon a, no, that just won't do, she thought, daydreaming in class. Brooklyn is her name, if anyone were to ask. Brooklyn dreamed of becoming the next great superhero. To become super, you must possess amazing powers, and to become a hero meant being brave in the most troublesome hour. Brooklyn believed if you became a superhero, it would prove that you were undoubtedly special. Brooklyn was not a superhero. She did not have anything special, well, at least nothing others considered so. However, her smile, heart button, and skeleton gloves were always sure to show. She had found them one day, thrown away, but to her they were special, no matter what anyone might say. Everyone, whether super or not, was excited for tonight. For tonight was the big night, the annual Amazing Supers Delight. The epic event where supers could show off their powers. The winner would be named the next great superhero. Popcorn popping, audience applauding. What a night, what a delight. Startled from her daydream adventure, Brooklyn realized she was being questioned by Miss Lecture. Who will be the next great superhero? Brooklyn thought, let's see, I'm not sure, but I do dream that one day it could be me. All was silent for a moment or two. Then the whole class laughed. She doesn't fit in. She is too different. She could never be super. And there's simply nothing special about her. Brooklyn replied, standing tall yet small. I'm not afraid to stand up to Wicket's the most powerful supervillain of all. Their jaws dropped, faces froze like frost, puzzled with a twist. Preposterous, shouted Ms. Lecture. Class dismissed. Brooklyn rushed home. It was days like today Brooklyn wished she could talk to someone. Truth of the matter was Brooklyn was an orphan, so around was no one. Growing up, there had been no love, no comfort, no hugs, and no kisses. Was it time for her to give up on her dreams, her hopes, her wishes? She crumpled up a Super's Delight flyer and dropped it on the ground. Her smile could no longer show. Even her rose started to frown. Deep down, way down, no superpowers could Brooklyn find, so she ran off, stumbling upon an impossible mountain, and began to climb. Huffing, puffing, and roughing her way to the top, Brooklyn climbed until she could climb no more. She was forced to stop. No one around, just Brooklyn. She sat alone. Maybe everyone was right, thought Brooklyn. Me special? Maybe not quite. Brooklyn glanced at her heart button. She could not give up. Brooklyn remembered that even the most amazing superheroes face their most troublesome hours. That is, of course, how they became super and found their true powers. Just like her favorite superheroes, Max Shadows, Boy Cyclone, and Miss La Lo La Lily. I like superheroes. Just then, Brooklyn felt an electric surge of energy and emotion charge through her body. And although this feeling sprung from something horribly low, her heart button and skeleton gloves began to glow. Brooklyn's heart button was thumping and pumping, giving her superpowers. Under Brooklyn's command, her skeleton gloves flew off of her hands, crawled across the ground, soared through the air, and came back round. "Is this really happening?" said Brooklyn with her skeleton gloves in flight. And then she journeyed back to the amazing super's delight. Arriving, Brooklyn felt nothing could go wrong until dark clouds swept in and it started to storm. The crowd hoped it would pass, or at the least stall, but this was no storm. It was Wickets, the most powerful supervillain of all. "Who wants to be the next great superhero? Step right up, won't you?" said Wickets. No one around, just Brooklyn. She stood alone. Wickets laughed, cornered Brooklyn, and attacked. But with her heart button powering her skeleton gloves, Brooklyn felt she had the fight of 22 superheroes all in one. "Enough!" roared Wickets as she summoned dark lightning that struck Brooklyn's heart button and shattered it into 1,000,000,000 pieces. No more glow, no more show. Wicket's dark powers were weakening Brooklyn, who was now powerless, well, at least what others considered so. But no, to become super, you must possess amazing powers, and to become a hero meant being brave in the most troublesome hour. And somehow, deep down, way down, with all her might, Brooklyn was able to take Wicket's darkest power and turn it into light. A powerful light shined from Brooklyn, who stood tall yet small. She wasn't afraid to stand up to Wickets, the most powerful supervillain of all. Brooklyn summoned her skeleton gloves, sending Wickets to a land far away, to a world unknown. A tiny voice shouted, "Such light! Such fight!" Peeking out of the crowd were Miss Lecture and her class. Their jaws dropped, faces froze like frost, puzzled with a twist. But Brooklyn was thankful all were safe. Even their funny faces were missed. Brooklyn, without a doubt, was named the next great superhero. But many wondered how. How was Brooklyn able to take all that darkness and turn it into light? And with her heart button broken, skeleton gloves powerless, and seemingly no powers in sight? Quite simply, although her heart button and skeleton gloves would always be a part of her and helped her win, Brooklyn found that her true power all along came from something amazingly special within. The next great superhero is ready for her next great adventure. And that has been Finding Brooklyn and the Next Great Superhero by local author Dan Sadlowski. Thanks for dropping the book off. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.